Welcome to second grade! I'm Mrs. LaPera.
And I'm Mrs. Purdick.
We are so happy to welcome you to a super second grade year. Since the homerooms were split into two different cohorts, each cohort will have both teachers. We have created a schedule, which will be included in a welcome packet to share both the teaching in school and online. It will remain this way until the hybrid schedule would change.
We want to thank you in advance for your patience as we navigate all the new learning environments and the teaching styles as we go. One thing we know for sure is that we are very excited to be back in IHM's building, and we will do everything we can to keep each other safe, happy, and healthy. Cohort A will be learning in my classroom,
and Cohort B will be learning in my room. Cohort C will be viewing the lessons from both rooms and both teachers. The students will have one teacher in the morning in their cohort classroom, and they will have the other teacher in the afternoon. The teachers will be moving the rooms.
For communication, especially at the beginning here, we're asking that you include both teachers on any emails for any comments or questions or concerns. Since we'll be seeing all the students each day, it will be better for us to know what is taking place in our rooms or in the room next door as the day goes on. It will also be helpful for both of us to know, since we can help each of the students.
This year we'll be using Google Classroom as our learning platform. Your child has been assigned a new email address that they will use to log in to Google and Google Classroom. It is included in this packet on a sheet that we have made that has all of the important websites, usernames, and passwords. This is going to come home in the first weeks of school with your student on a bright colored piece of paper. I have created a login to how to log into Google Classroom, as well as how to navigate Google Classroom. While the students are here with us in school, we are also going to be showing them how to navigate Google Classroom so that when they're home, they'll feel more comfortable too. Cohort C, we will help you remotely to learn Google Classroom also.
For the test folder, tests will take place when students are in the building. We'll give you a notice of an upcoming test so students can also prepare and study at home. One weekly test will be spelling. Cohort A will have Monday spelling tests. Cohort B will have Friday spelling tests. Cohort C will complete a Monday spelling test during a scheduled time. We're going to be working with that time to figure it out as we move forward.
So test folders, the test folders will go home about every other week as we can get the students tested and then the test scored. Since the students will take them in person, we don't have a set schedule yet. We will let each cohort know when a test folder is coming home so that you know to look for it in their book bag. We will also be working out a plan with Cohort C to review your tests and your scores.
Going back to in the classroom for snack and lunch, students will be eating at their desk each day. We strongly suggest packing a placemat or a cloth placemat or a napkin that they can unfold for each student on their desk. Please remember the lunch monitors will not be able to open the packages. They will not be touching any of the food. So your child has to be able to open everything, including their drinks. Sorry.
So for example, like if you have a juice box that you know your student could open at home, it's fine to send that in. But if there's something like a fruit cup that they always ask for help to open, maybe pack it in a different container so that they're comfortable when they get to school and nobody else has to help them to get that opened.
And also consider opening the packaging as well, like in a chip bag.
A chip bag, sure.
Sorts of things before they come. Okay.
Our dismissal will be different this year, so please make sure you review the notes from Mrs. Maroney. Our dismissal will be at 2:45, and we will walk the class out to the parking lot. All of second grade will be lined up in one line in the parking spaces. So like I said, make sure you review her Note, if you do have younger siblings, we will walk through the second grade line first and drop any siblings off to their cars and then go to first grade, kindergarten, and pre-K if needed. You will park in your youngest child's designated parking line. For homework, students will be expected to complete homework Monday through Thursday. On a typical night, you can expect to see that the students will need to review their spelling words, read for 20 minutes a night, and complete the math page or worksheet that goes home with the lesson that we had done that day. The students will be using a planner while they are at school to copy their homework down. So when they're here, they can copy their homework down, open it up when they get home to be able to complete the homework. If you are online learning that day, your homework will be posted to our Google Classroom. You will be able to see that in the video that was created on how to navigate your Google Classroom, but there is a section for announcements, and that's where it'll be posted each day. One thing that we suggest is getting ready to create a workspace at home. Each day, they will have homework to come home to, and they can use that workspace, or if it is their day to be learning online, it will be important that they have a space designated that they go to each day to get started on their work or meet with live lessons.
Which brings us to online expectations. Every day that you're online, we come dressed and ready to learn. You should also have your books and supplies ready. There should be no TVs or tablets or other devices, even pets that we love so much at home, but they do cause a distraction. So we don't want any distraction while they're in their workspace and while we're on live. Think of it like your school desk here at school. We're not going to be eating anything, but of course you can have your water bottle with you, just like we would in the classroom. The camera is expected to be on. We're expecting that the child stays in the view of the camera during the live periods, and also the audio is muted until we'd ask them to unmute. So as you're getting prepared for online learning, please practice with your child muting and unmuting the computer. I think that's everything there.
All right, so on the first days that your student will come to school, they will have this paper copy going home. This was sent in the email also of all of our notes and expectations for this school year. In that packet, when your student does come home, you will see a schedule of their cohort, for example, where and when they'll be learning what subject. And then the last thing that you will find in your packet is the important websites, usernames, and passwords. It will be on a bright colored paper, and we are going to add to it throughout the school year. So if you could keep this in their workspace in a special spot, we will let you know when to add a new website. Not all of the websites are available yet. So the first one that you'll see that you'll need to log into is the Google email. But other than that, we are so excited to get started, and we're so excited to work together for a great year for our second graders. So we'll see you all soon.
I can't wait to meet everyone.